equates to a 2, which is about choices, insights and revelations. In life, we're constantly making choices, constantly. You know, whether we get up and brush our teeth first or we wash our face first, whether we get up and, have a shower in the morning or have a bath later on. Do we get up and do some exercise, or do we start the work that we need to do? Do we, those kind of things. And they're little choices. We're probably not even conscious of those choices. We just do them automatically. And then some of them, not even a choice because it's habit. So a lot of our choices, we don't even recognise as being a choice. We go on automatic. And then other things, other choices or decisions that we make, that we know we have to make a decision, like what we're having for tea tonight, because you might have to get something out of the freezer, or you might need to go to the shop. We make a choice, and if that changes, if we get, if we don't have what we want in, we don't have the ingredient, we can choose to have something else that is in, or we can choose to stop off at the shop, but it's no big deal. It's no big deal. There are certain choices that we make that are not the end of the world. There's no kind of weight behind them as such, but there are other choices that choices get bigger, our decisions get bigger. And so, the choice whether to look for a new job, to look for a new home, whether to stay in the house that you're in, whether to have children or not, whether to settle down with someone, whether to, change what you do in life, to start a new routine. These things are bigger choices depending on, kind of maybe what ripple they send out. In the past, I've often pondered on, how would it be if I could make this choice and go down that route and see what happens, and then come back and make the other choice and see what happens, and then decide. Just because sometimes we're unsure. Sometimes we're unsure. We're either confused or in conflict, or, fear of the unknown. So, decision-making processes are not necessarily easy. And then, so we have that. And then the other side of that is, trusting our decision. Once we make especially a big decision, obviously trusting your decision for what to make for tea is not the end of the world. But trusting your bigger decisions. And then, once we've gone down that path, because we can't get halfway down it or even a little bit into it and then go back. Once we make a decision, once we act or react or, respond or decide, then we're pretty much, going, and sometimes I suppose you can pedal back, but you can't just erase it and go back. There's a process of, kind of going, oh yeah, actually that was the better choice, and then maneuvering back there. So often we're left with whatever it is that is the outcome of our decision. And sometimes we're really happy with that. It was a good choice and we feel really good about ourselves, and we're glad we took a risk, or we're glad that we gained that insight, or that we managed that situation. And other times we're left with remorse and regret. Sometimes we're left with the pain of that decision, that we made a decision and it doesn't feel right, it feels more uncomfortable. Either way, the only thing we can manage is the now. Like I said on one of the other days, unless we had a time machine, we can't go back. We can't go back to that point in time and do it differently, say something else, make a different turn, act in a different way. We just can't. And even if we got in that much time machine and went back, we're different now. We're different. We'd have to get in a time machine and come out the time machine with the person that we were, without the insight and knowledge, and then we will probably do the same thing. In fact, I'm pretty convinced that we do the same thing. So I think the phrase is probably damned if you do and damned if you don't, really. That, accepting that we make decisions all the time, and some decisions are big decisions, and And we're doing it on the knowledge that we have, on where we're at the time. And we can see that if we went back with a time machine with that insight, you know, we're different. So would we even, when we got there, feel differently? You know, there are so many unknowns, and learning to trust where we're at in any moment in time, that, you know, life ebbs and flows anyway. So the two is also the duality, that realizing that, you know, whatever decisions we make, even if it feels like we've made a wrong decision, until we move through it, who knows? So it's very easy in the midst of fear to want to just backpedal. It's very easy in the midst of uncomfortableness to want to start again, to get out of that uncomfortableness, and the mind will try and pinpoint why you are uncomfortable. And generally, you know, the parental voice will say, you should have done this differently, you could have done that, and then it adds to the mix. So day 20 is really about making peace with our choices, strengthening enough to be able to have the experience, whatever that is, and understanding that, you know, that no one's to blame. I did put a post on my page actually about, you know, if we blame others, we're not there. If we blame ourselves, halfway. And if we don't blame anybody, then we're there, because we then get this. We understand that we are all, every one of us, each and every second making choices, and that when we make bigger decisions, we're making them to the best of our knowledge, we're making them to the best of our awareness, that we can either stay stuck, or we can keep, you know, evolving, growing, learning, having experiences, and, you know, trusting that ultimately we're doing our best, and most things work out fine. And any discomfort is about transforming that discomfort, not holding on to the discomfort, not letting pain ripple out into the rest of your life, for the rest of your life, because it serves no purpose. So making peace with where we're at in any moment in time, making peace with it, and realizing that what we've absolutely got are insights and, you know, maybe revelations and awarenesses, understandings, that there's something from that, and being able to make peace and move forward, and knowing that, you know, nothing stays the same. We are asked to make decisions, because otherwise we'd still be living with our parents. You know, nothing moves forward without some big decisions sometimes, you know, and that is life. That is part and parcel of the experience of being human and on the earth plane, that we get to make choices. Okay, so day 20, making peace with choices. So there's a Qigong exercise that I want to do, and it is about connecting with the flow of water. So we connect with the flow of water, because water just moves around things. It doesn't back up, you know, it's the obstacles, it finds a way around. So we want to flow through our life like water, just being able to, you know, move around things, no resistance. Not like, you know, water doesn't put on the brakes and go, you know. And so the first move, we connect with the water, and then there's something called rainbow rising, which is our ability to trust our authentic self, to be present in our lives. And then, you know, and making choices. I'm utilising this as, you know, the rainbow rising is our empowerment to make choices. We make choices, and then we cross the heart, which is, you know, hopefully making choices from the heart. So we embody the energy of the heart as we make choices, and then we ward off the stuff, the ego that wants to say, oh, you could have done this and you could have done that, and the, you know, kind of the opinions, judgments, and everything else that might go with it, because we trust our rainbow rising and we utilize the heart. So everything else is out there, and we leave it out there, because we can't factor everything in to our choices. We can only make choices from our inner being, or choices from wherever we're at, you know, consciously or unconsciously. That's the only place we can make our choices. We utilize the heart, and then we let go of the rest. Okay, so this is the movement for that. So I've got to stand quite far back really to get the movement in. So in fact, I'll just adjust my camera a bit. See if that does it. Oh, actually, I'll move it further. Okay, that might do it. Okay, so feet together. Hair today. Fingertips out to the side. And just taking a moment to connect. So whether you're in the place of having to make a decision, or whether you're in the place of letting go of a decision, we just connect to the earth. Rooting with the feet, really feeling the support of the yin energies of Mother Earth. Connecting with heaven above, crown of the head, perfect alignment. Spread the fingers. Okay, we'll just step into Tai Chi stance. I'll have to maybe do a smaller stance, but you hopefully get the idea. Okay, so just turning from the dantian, just turning from here. So strong, tucking in the lower abdomen, feet connected. So aware of this center, this place within. Okay, and then we just allow the hands to gently move side to side with the hips. And then fingertips connecting with the energy of water. So imagining the fingertips trailing through the water. So we connect with our ability to flow, to move through things, to just have the experience, to move around the boulders, to not put on the brakes because we see something coming. We just trust that we'll find a path. We trust that we'll find a way through it. Okay, so rainbow rises. We lift and rise from the water, across the heart, ward off, and then we ward off. Down to the water, we do a crossover step, keep connecting, step out, and rainbow rises. Cross your heart, ward off, down to the water, cross, rainbow rises, cross your heart, ward off, down to the water. So we flow. We trust our decisions, we trust our choices, we utilize the heart, and we let go of everything else. Connect with the water. Rainbow rises, cross the heart, ward off. So we let go of any remorse, regret. We understand that we're learning to the water, that all we can do is flow with whatever is being presented. But we're human. Water. So the step would really be a crossover step, but I'll run out of space if I do it. So I'll show you the footwork. Across the heart, forward off, to the water, crossover step, rainbow rises, cross your heart, forward off, to the water, crossover step, rainbow rises, cross your heart, forward off, to the water, crossover step, rainbow rises, cross your heart, forward off, crossover step. Forward off. And back down to the water, feet together. Okay, so again, up to you how many times you want to do it. But a good exercise for making peace with our choices, utilising the heart and then letting it go, let it be. Breathe in, gather. Breathe out, down to the solar plexus, breathe in, breathe out down to the base, breathe in, gather. Breathe out down to the solar plexus, breathe in, breathe out down to the base. Last time, breathe in, gather. Breathe out, push down to the solar plexus. Breathe in, breathe out. Right hand first for the ladies, left hand first for the gentlemen. And just stay in here and breathe in here. Once you've done the Qigong exercises and the energy just feels better, you know, nice to just stay with that energy, stay with that feeling. And then release. Okay, so day 20, understanding our choices, understanding that, you know, we're all doing our best, and every minute we're gaining insights and awarenesses and learning to trust, just trust life. Thanks, bye.